Callaway X22 Irons versus X24 Irons. We are talking about two of the most trusted game improvement sets this brand ever built. But if you're staring at a used club rack right now, which one actually makes more sense for your swing? Nothing is more frustrating than dropping cash on a set of irons, taking them out to the course, and hitting a massive fat shot on the very first tee. You just spent $300 only to realize you bought the completely wrong profile for your game. In this showdown, we're breaking this direct head-to-head battle down, round by round. By the time we finish, you'll know exactly where your hard-earned money should go.
Welcome back to Golf Gear Showdown, where we put golf gear head-to-head and help you pick the right winner for your bag. Here is why this specific battle matters so much today. Both the X22 and X24 were built for the average golfer who desperately needs forgiveness, launch, and consistency. Yet the marketing hype completely traps people out there. The X24 is the newer release. Because of that fact alone, a lot of buyers just assume it's automatically the superior choice for them. It happens all the time on the used market. Guys honestly think jumping up 2 model years will magically fix their slice. Not so fast, folks. We're going to dig into exactly why that logic is heavily flawed.
Picture this exact scenario. You're standing in your local golf shop looking at both of these sets sitting there side by side. Across the country, average weekend golfers are constantly comparing these two because they offer serious value without the massive new club price tag. Take a close look at them. The X24 sits squarely in the super game improvement category. It features a significantly thicker top line, a wider sole, and a lot more offset. As a 15 handicapper myself, I can tell you that bulky look is incredibly intimidating to someone who thinks they're a decent player.
Exactly right, Jake. Meanwhile, the X22 is a true middle ground game improvement iron. Pick the wrong one here, and you are either leaving massive forgiveness on the table, or you're fighting a club that looks way too chunky for your eye.
We are settling this debate with a 6-round fight. Our card includes the matchup setup, distance and forgiveness, accuracy and feel, price and value, the golfer fit, and finally, the final verdict.
You will definitely want to stick around for round 3 on accuracy and feel. There's a very surprising trap hidden right in the design of one of these irons that most guys fall right into without even realizing it.
Round 1 is the matchup setup. Real quick before we start throwing punches, we aren't going to spit out fake launch monitor numbers or pretend everyone swings at 100 miles an hour today.
Spot on, Mike. We rely entirely on design intent, intended player type, and what common feedback suggests from real American golfers playing these on actual weekend courses.
Let's get right into the actual performance out on the grass. Welcome to the distance and forgiveness round.
Distance is always the very first thing guys ask us about in the comments, so let's break down which iron is actually going to get you closer to the pin.
Callaway clearly designed both of these irons to deliver easy distance. However, based on design intent, the X24 has a slightly hotter face construction. It features more aggressive weighting designed specifically to produce stronger ball flights. If you just want raw ball speed off the face, the X24 was engineered to push those boundaries further than the older X22.
I've got to challenge you there, man. The X22 is absolutely no slouch out there. As a guy who hovers around a 15 handicap, I can tell you its lofts and cavity designs still generate plenty of heat for a mid-handicap player. When I stand over a 7-iron, I don't necessarily need the X24 just to hit it far, because my swing generates enough speed naturally.
That is a highly fair point. Without specific launch monitor data for every single viewer, the fairest way to compare them is by fit. If raw distance is your absolute only goal, the edge undeniably has to go to the X24.
Agreed completely. We'll officially name the X24 the winner for this category, especially for slower swing speeds and beginners who really need help carrying the ball over trouble.
Moving along to the miss-hit behavior and forgiveness round, the older option might actually surprise you a bit here. The X24 was built with a wider sole and much more perimeter weighting.
What does that actually mean for the weekend warrior hitting a 7-iron on a Sunday morning from the rough?
It means exactly this, Mike. We've all hit that dreaded drop kick. You lay the sod over it, hitting 2 inches behind the golf ball. On those heavy shots, heel strikes, or toe misses, the X24 is going to keep your ball in play much better. That wide sole physically stops the club from digging deep into the turf if you hit it fat. It literally glides through the grass instead of stopping dead.
The X22 is definitely forgiving, no doubt about it. But just looking at this traditional cavity design, it simply doesn't have that same super game improvement safety net built into the sole. If you're a high handicapper or someone who hits it all over the club face, the X24 is the undisputed winner of this forgiveness round.
It isn't really close for pure forgiveness, to be honest.
The wide sole simply saves you too many strokes over 18 holes. Hold on a second though. That same wide sole and extreme forgiveness on the X24 creates a hidden problem. We are going to expose exactly what that issue is right now in our accuracy and feel round.
Let's jump right into accuracy and feel.
This particular category could completely change your decision at the shop.
It basically comes down to what happens when you actually start striking the ball consistently.
We absolutely need to talk about offset. The X24 has extra offset to go right along with that wider sole. Yes, that can significantly help straighten out a nasty slice for a true beginner, but it becomes a massive double-edged sword for your start lines if you already play a draw, or if you're starting to strike the ball better. Too much offset can easily cause better players to hook the ball completely off the planet. See, I think workability is highly overrated for the average mid-handicapper. We just want the stupid ball to go straight. The X24 wants to go straight and high every single time you swing it. Who cares if you can't shape it around a tree? I totally disagree with you there, Jake. The X22 sits in a much sweeter spot for most guys. It gives you enough forgiveness, but the slightly less chunky profile helps with tighter dispersion. You just aren't fighting the club face closing too fast through impact. Alright, common feedback suggests you're probably right on that one. Mid-handicappers do often report the X22 is far easier to control when they need to navigate a real golf course. For accuracy and control, the X22 just makes more sense for the average golfer. The X22 confidently takes the win for this round.
Now we're looking at feel and confidence. One of these looks better on paper, but the other fits more golfers visually at address. Let's talk about the psychological side of standing over the golf ball. The X24 has a very thick top line. Behind the ball, it looks like it desperately wants to help you.
Some golfers just can't get past that shovel look, though. It's thick, it's wide, and for some players, it completely ruins their confidence before they even start their backswing.
Wait until you see how this directly affects the price tag in a minute. The demand for cleaner looks drastically shifts the used market.
The X22 looks much more like a traditional game improvement iron. It features a thinner top line and a slightly shorter blade length overall. Standing over it, you actually feel like a player.
When it comes to feel, the X22 tends to feel a bit more solid at impact. The X24 is notorious for feeling a bit clicky. That means it sounds harsh and hollow off the face, rather than that soft, compressed feeling you get from a more traditional cast club like the older model. Sound and feel are personal, but confidence at address is not. If you hate looking down at a bulky club, the X22 officially gets the win for looks and confidence.
Let's talk real dollars in our price and value round. Everyone loves saving money, so let's see which of these sets stretches your dollar the furthest today.
On the used market right now, both of these are extremely budget-friendly compared to modern irons. The X22 has been around longer, so you can usually find clean sets for a lot less cash. The X24 commands a small premium simply because it's newer and carries that extreme forgiveness tag.
Exactly.
Here's a smart shopper move that most golfers miss completely when buying used clubs. Don't pay the X24 premium unless you are a true beginner. If you are a mid-handicapper who just wants a solid iron set without overspending, the X22 is one of the pure value picks in all of golf. That makes the X22 the definitive winner for value. The X24 is still worth the upcharge if you desperately need max forgiveness to enjoy your Saturday round, though.
Before you pull out your wallet and head to the checkout counter, hold on just a second. Up next, we're doing a rapid-fire golfer fit breakdown. We are going to tell you exactly which profile matches your specific swing flaws, so grab a pen and pay close attention. Welcome to the Golfer Fit Breakdown. This is where we apply everything we've discussed to real American golfer scenarios. No more theory, let's just assign these clubs to actual handicaps right now.
I'll start us off with the X24. Beginners and high handicappers should lean X24 immediately. If you have a slower swing speed, or if you're a senior who needs the ball in the air easily, this is your iron all day long.
What about the guys who slice it off the planet on every single hole?
Absolutely grab these. If you fight a nasty slice, the extra offset can seriously help close the face at impact. It's built for distance seekers who need maximum launch and serious help to stay in the game longer.
All right, my turn for the X22. Mid-handicappers and average golfers in that 10 to 20 handicap range, you should absolutely go X22. It's strictly for clean look seekers who want a more traditional setup behind the ball. Budget buyers, this is easily your smartest play.
It really is the perfect balance for consistent strikers out there.
Spot on. A 15 handicapper still wants to be rewarded when they strike it pure. Weekend golfers want plenty of forgiveness without losing their ability to work the ball slightly and feel a solid strike.
Now for the biggest buying mistake golfers make in this specific matchup, it is the newer equals better fallacy. Assuming a later release date automatically fixes your specific swing flaws is a fast way to waste your money.
I almost did that exact thing when I first started playing. I just bought whatever had the newest year attached to it, assuming the engineers figured out some magic fix.
A lot of guys do that, unfortunately. Here's some insider advice for you. Don't buy the newer model just because it sounds more modern. Buy it because your swing actually needs that specific level of extreme forgiveness. Also, do not ignore shaft fit. Both sets come in various steel and graphite options. The
The wrong shaft flex will completely erase any advantage the club head offers. If you swing fast and buy a regular flex, you're going to spray the ball everywhere regardless of how forgiving the club head is.
That brings us right to our final verdict. It is officially time for the final fight analysis where we crown the true winners.
We're laying out a fast and honest pros and cons table right now. We offer zero brand protection on this channel. X22 pros include a better look at address, solid feel, and great control. X22 cons are that it's less forgiving on real mishits. Plus, be extremely careful buying older stock. Always check the faces for worn-out grooves. X24 pros are its extreme forgiveness, high launch, and strong distance. X24 cons definitely include that bulky look at address, plus all that offset can easily turn into a nasty hook tendency for some players as they improve their swing. Finally, it feels just a bit clicky on impact.
Let's hand out the final trophies right now. Best overall for the average golfer is the X22. Best for beginners is the X24.
Best for mid-handicappers goes to the X22. Best for high handicappers goes to the X24. Best for pure forgiveness, X24.
Best for distance goes to the X24. Best value on the used market definitely belongs to the X22.
If you have no budget limit, honestly go get fitted for a modern set. But between these, take the X24 for sheer tech. Best purely on the used market is the X22. Best for seniors is the X24.
Skip the X24 if you already strike the ball decent and hate offset. Skip the X22 if you are a true beginner who needs every single advantage possible.
So, what is your handicap, and which iron are you bagging after hearing all this? Drop a comment below right now and let us know your pick. If you're sick of wasting money on the wrong golf gear, hit that subscribe button right now. Next week, we are putting the TaylorMade M2 up against the Callaway Rogue in an absolute heavyweight driver battle. It's going to be a massive explainer of those two giants. You do not want to miss it, so we'll see you in the next Showdown.